Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody is okay and feeling good in the heat. And we will start. So we're going to come down onto the mat and get nice and relaxed. So come down onto your back. If you need to bring a couple of pillows underneath your knees to let your lower back sink nicely onto the floor. If not, just straighten the legs out and give yourself a little wiggle through your hips, a roll through your shoulders, and open up through your palms. So close your eyes down and start to let your body sink into the floor. Just allow your breath to slow down a little. When we close our eyes, the body starts to automatically relax a little bit, but notice whether it's difficult for you to relax this evening. Have you got thoughts wandering through the mind? Have you got tightness through your muscles, through your joints? How are you feeling in the body today? Are you feeling a little bit tired in this heat? Again, are the joints feeling a little bit tight? Or are you feeling nice and relaxed and open and happy that it's some holidays? Again, however you come to your mat this evening, take a nice big breath into the center of the chest. As you exhale, big open mouth sigh, and just let the body relax that a little bit further. Feel a softness through your shoulders, a heaviness to your arms, to the back of the head, to all of those touch points on the floor. Coming to strip the mind of any thoughts of what should be or how things should look in this evening's practice. And come to steady yourself, to temper the mind, to ease the breath, to relax the body. As we relax here in our safe space, just taking time to nourish the body with that deeper breath. Take your moment to make your promise to yourself, to practice with openness and honesty for your body this evening. Again, just being aware of the fact that we're a little bit hotter today. Being aware of the fact that that may mean that we can get a little bit deeper into the positions, but never overstretching, allowing your breath to move you through those positions, being kind to your body. And we'll take another couple of deep breaths to relax even further. So really big breath into the center of the chest. Again, that open mouth sigh. Last one, big breath in. Open mouth sigh. And then we're going to bring the feet together, still with eyes closed, just opening the arms above the head. Grabbing hold of the right wrist with the left hand and giving yourself a gentle pull as you inhale. Big sigh to release. Grabbing hold of left wrist with right hand, gentle pull, inhale. Big sigh to release. And then drawing the knees in towards the chest, grabbing around the shins, a little bunny hop to release that low spine, and a gentle rock from left to right to release that low back. Taking that rock into little circles around the sacrum, around that low spine. And coming back the other way. And with the interest of keeping everything at a nice and relaxed pace, we're going to roll over to the right hand side and then slowly come up to seated, sitting comfortably, crossing the legs. Still with eyes closed, take a nice big sweeping inhale, take the arms out to the side and up, lifting chest. And then as you exhale, just let the arms float down beside you. Bringing hands into prayer at heart, blinking eyelids open, raising gaze. Namaste, everybody. So again, we're going to take that sweeping breath as you inhale, lifting chest, opening up through upper body. As you exhale, shoulders come down your back, hands come into prayer at heart. Take the hands into clasp and push away through those palms as you inhale. Next, lift. Exhale breath, push the air away and stretch out all the way to the edges of the fingertips. Inhale, we're going to scoop the air up, opening and lifting, rib cage front to back. Exhale, hands through heart center in prayer, shoulders edging their way down the back body. Bringing the hands into clasp, pushing forward and opening up through the palms, lifting the gaze, lifting the chest. Exhale, push the air away and again stretch out through that fingertip line. Inhale, scoop the air up. And as you move through these positions, noticing how that feels for your breath to expand the body. Exhale, shoulders down, hands into heart. Maybe you're noticing your shoulder line. Inhale to come forward and up through the palms. And exhale again, stretching out through the fingertips. Does that feel really hard to stretch out all the way into those fingertips? Inhale, scooping air up. And then exhale, hands through heart center in prayer. Last time, pushing forward through the palms, lifting through the chest. And then exhale, stretching out through those fingertips. Bringing fingertips down onto the floor, around about hip distance, into your hip line, and then rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Stretching out even further, out through those fingertips, but keeping them onto the floor as you drop your chin towards your chest. So nice long space in the back of your neck. Just seeing how that feels, keeping a tall back body, lifting through the back of the neck and lengthening out as you drop your chin down. And then keeping the chin close to the collarbone, just taking it left to right. Nice and slow, nice and steady. Tracing your collarbone line. And then coming back into the center. Another shoulder roll up, back and down as we take a gentle twist. Bringing left hand over right knee, right hand behind. Rolling that right shoulder up, back and down as you turn to look towards the back. A gentle push into the front hand, but just as much as you can to feel comfortable in that twist. Allow your breath to open yourself up. Big breath in. And then exhale, turn to face the front as you gently unwind. Coming onto the other side again, starting with the shoulder roll and that back shoulder up, back and down, turning to look towards the back. Again, really nice big breath in and out here, seeing if you can push into the bottom of the belly with that inhale breath. Again, that last big breath in. And as you exhale, unwind your spine. Bringing your fingertips behind you, pointing towards your back body. Squeeze your elbows and start to push into those fingertips as you lift up through the chest. And the shoulders are back and down, the elbows are nice and tight towards each other. Opening through the throat. Big breath in and out here. And then gently release, bringing the hands towards the front now, pushing into those fingertips again, drawing in and up through the belly, rounding through your back and turning the gaze towards your belly button as you stretch forward through those arms, creating a really nice curl through your back, including your neck, including your tailbone. Again, that nice big breath in and out here. And then planting the hands down, rolling over onto the knees, or just making your way up onto all fours. Lifting up all 10 fingers, splaying them out nice and wide, rolling down through thumb, all the way into the little finger, tucking toes, and then pushing through the pads of the feet into our downward dog. Take a nice big exhale breath to push, and then keeping with knees bent, stretching out along your shoulder line. So 3 big breaths in and out here. Into the belly, and as you exhale out through the mouth and drop the chest to the thighs, into the belly, out through the mouth, last one into the belly, out through the mouth. Next inhale, lift up high onto your toes. Exhale down towards the heels, but don't worry if they don't touch, just stretching out, lifting big toes if you can. Get a nice big breath into the back of the kneecaps, all the way down through the calf muscles here. Take a gentle look from left to right underneath the arms. And then we're going to walk flat-footed towards the top of the mat. See if you can get the whole of the foot onto the floor, stretching out through the back of the heels. Coming to rest with your heels underneath your hips. Fingertips on shins, inhale up halfway, lifting chest, shoulders back, flattening the spine. Exhale, bend the knees and fold, and come all the way down. Just let the head hang heavy for a moment. No tension through upper body, shoulders soft. Big breath in and out. And then rolling your way up. Pushing through the heels of the feet, stabilizing and grounding as you come all the way up through ragdoll. Rolling shoulders up, back and down when you reach the top. As you inhale, slipping arms out and up, lifting through the chest. As you exhale, tracing through the front of the body, so with your prayer, hinging through the hips. Again, those fingertips on shins, inhale up halfway, lifting chest. As you exhale, bend the knees to fold. Bring your hands down beside your feet. Inhaling, right foot comes back, dropping the knee, untucking the toes. Bringing the thumbs together, butterflying the hands as you lift forward and up into crescent lunge. If you're feeling a little bit tight of your lower back, bring your hands down to that left thigh. Inhale, breaths. Draw the thighs in towards the center line. Open the arms out nice and wide. Bring your hands down towards the floor and lift the left toes up into half Hanuman. Don't worry if your hands won't reach the floor. Right hand onto waist, left hand onto thigh, but no pressure onto the thigh. Chest is coming forward, hips are moving backwards, shoulders are into their sockets. So we're going to come forward into our crescent lunge again. Again, you can butterfly the hands or you can keep the hands onto that left thigh, up to you. But next inhale, we're going to bring the left toes down, open up the chest and push forward through the hips, shoulders down. Exhale, breath, draw in and up and back. Inhale, forward with the chest. Exhale, back with the hips. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, push the hips forward. Inhale, draw hips up. Open the arms out. Exhale, sitting back. Inhale, last time, crescent lunge. Exhale, push the hips. Inhale, lift the hips, open up. Exhale, heart forward, hips back. Bring those left toes down onto the floor. Bring the hands to frame the front foot. Tuck right toes, lifting up away from that right kneecap. Start to move the body forwards and backwards into that right ankle, opening up through the back of the knee and the calf muscle. See if you can lift that right thigh nice and high so you extend out through the whole of the back of the leg. And then from here, squeezing thighs into the center line, coming up into our high lunge. As you exhale, drop hips, drop shoulders, and come and settle into your high lunge. Pull belly back and in, pull tailbone down towards the floor. Nice big breath in. Big sigh out. Inhale, raise the gaze, raise the arms. Exhale, plant the hands. Bring left foot back into down dog. A gentle sway through the hips. So you can bend and stretch each leg, but making sure the upper body is nice and long, stretching through heels of the hands to the hips as we gently work through those legs. And then inhale, breath, lift up high onto toes. Exhale, breath, pull down through those heels. As you inhale, take the right foot forward in between the hands, rolling shoulders up, back and down. Settle into a low lunge, into our runner's lunge. Shoulders come back, collarbones are opening and lengthening into your left heel. Staying up onto fingertips. As you inhale, lift up through right arm, pull shoulders back. As you exhale, right fingertips come down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Take the left foot in to meet the right. Again, inhale up our halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Again, we're going to roll up, so heavy head, heavy shoulders, tucking tailbone under to lengthen all the way up nice and slowly, nice and steady. Rolling shoulders up, back and down to reset. Inhale, sweeping arms out and up, nice big lift. As you exhale again, tracing the front of the body with the prayer. Your choice if you want to bring fingertips onto shins or onto the floor. Inhale up halfway, nice big lift. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Frame the feet. Inhaling, left foot comes back. Drop into the knee, untuck the toes. See if we can butterfly with the awkward thumb now. You'll know which one that is, the one that feels a bit strange. And as you inhale, we're going to come up. Again, your hands can be on that right thigh if you want to. Take a nice big breath out to push the hips forward, lifting through lower spine. Just take a breath or two here, getting deeper into that stretch. But again, try not to sink, making sure there's no tension in those right toes. And on an inhale breath, pull in and up through the thighs, opening the arms out wide, and bring the hands down beside that front leg. Again, you've got the option of hand onto right thigh, left hand onto left hip. Right toes back towards the face. And then inhale, open through the chest, pushing forward as you exhale back through the hips. Again, next inhale, butterfly, awkward thumb, right foot comes down, lifting the chest. As you exhale, pushing hips forward. Inhale, squeezing up and back. Exhale, pushing forward through the heart, back through the hips. Inhale, right toes down. Exhale, hips forward. Inhale, squeezing to come back. Exhale, half Hanuman. Inhale, last time. Exhale, pushing hips. Inhale, squeezing, opening, and coming back. Again, we're going to frame that right foot, planting the hands, tucking left toes and sweeping right foot back into downward dog. Again, a gentle sway from left to right. Nice and long through that back body. Inhale up high over the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Inhale, left foot up and back. Exhale, hug that left foot in between the hands. Rolling shoulders up, back and down. Shoulders come back into their sockets. Heart center is open. And then from here again, keeping onto your fingertips. Inhale up, left arm. Shoulders back into their sockets. Exhale, left fingertips come down. Inhale up, right arm. Exhale, hand comes back down. Left foot back into our downward dog, stretching out through upper body. And then inhale, right foot comes forward. Squeezing thighs, inhale up into high lunge. Exhale down through the hips, down through the shoulders. Again, hug the belly in, drop the tailbone down, nice and tall through upper body. Big breath in, and then as you exhale, big sigh, deepening into that stretch. Inhale, lifting chest. Exhale, planting hands. Left foot comes in to meet the right. Again, our inhale up halfway, lifting. Exhale, rolling down. This time coming into chair pose, so sweeping arms forward, bottom comes back and down, softening a little bit deeper. Just a gentle twist today. Left hand, right thigh, sweeping right arm underneath and behind you. Palm faces the floor, shoulder coming back into its socket. Again, the chest is leaning forward, bottom is pushing backwards, belly is hugged. Inhale, sweeping arms all the way up. Staying into our chair pose, sinking a little deeper, right hand, left thigh. Sweeping left arm behind, palm faces down, shoulder back into its socket. Again, keep the breaths long and even, moving deeper into the belly. Inhale, both arms sweep up. Exhale, coming to our skiing position, sweeping fingertips along the floor, reaching behind you. Inhale to come all the way up, straighten legs, this time lifting chest. Exhale, bending, sweeping fingertips, lifting the arms behind you. Inhale, straightening all the way up, lifting chest. Last time, bending, sweeping. Inhale, lifting and opening. Exhale to reach the front of the body with the prayer. Fingertips, inhale up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Planting the hands, take the right foot back. Inhale, open through the chest, lengthening forward through the heart. Left foot comes back into plank. Nice big breath in. As you exhale, push through the heels of the hands, big sigh. Lift the space in the upper back. And then as you exhale, drop knees, untuck toes, come whole body down to the floor. Inhale into our low cobra, shoulders come back. Exhale to come down. Inhale, looking over right shoulder, pulling that right shoulder back, elbow nice and tight. Exhale to come down into the center. Inhale, left shoulder comes back, opening up through chest. Exhale to come down. Tucking toes. Inhale, hips to heels. Breathing underneath the shoulder blades and exhale, downward dog. Again, that nice big breath in and out here. Long and open through the chest. Bending knees, gazing between the hands, jumping or stepping in between the hands. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Inhale, left foot comes back. Again, opening up through the chest, shoulders back into their sockets, long through that left leg. Planting the hands down, inhale, right foot back into plank. Exhale, push through the heels of the hands, big sigh. Big breath in. Exhale, knees, untuck toes, whole body. Take the fingertips wider than the mat, hopefully you've got space. As we come into our Spider-Man hand cobra. So shoulders come back into that center line, squeezing elbows. Exhale to come down. Inhale into that center line, shoulders roll up, back and down. Exhale. Last one, inhale, lifting chest. Exhale. Planting hands. Inhale, tucking toes, sitting down towards the heels. Exhale, big breath, downward dog. A gentle sway through the hips. Again, a paddle through the feet, just seeing how that feels, opening up through upper body. Next inhale, lift up high onto toes. Exhale, down through the heels. Inhale, right foot up and back, keeping it flexed. As you exhale, pull left heel down towards the floor, just staying in our three-legged dog for a moment, pushing away through right heel, right toes pointing down. See if you can find length to both elbows, both arms with nice straight elbows, I should say. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, squeeze the elbows tighter and come into a one-legged plank with your right heel in line with your right hip. Big breath in and out. Squeeze the elbows. As you next exhale, push it back into three-legged dog. Inhale, draw the right knee nice and high. And then heel toe the foot in between the hands. If you need to, move it further forward to make sure there's no tension in the right toes. And bring the left heel down, coming up into warrior one. So inhale up, warrior one. Exhale down through the hips, down through the shoulders. Get a nice big pull in and down through the belly. Next inhale, raising arms, raising gaze. As you exhale, take the arms out wide. Bring the hands into clasp behind you and roll the shoulders up, back and down, sliding the thumbs onto the inside of that left thigh. Just a gentle back bend to set us up for our humble warrior. So we're going to roll the belly towards that right thigh, reaching the arms behind you, and come onto the inside of that right leg. So try not to make sure that the right bum cheek doesn't wander too far away from that center line. Nice big push through that left foot to keep length into that left leg. No tension through right toes. As you inhale, reach the arms behind you and come up, push through right heel. Nice big lift. And then we're going to take the hands around to your right waist. So just keep the clasp and bring the hands around to your right waist. From here, dropping head over to your right shoulder, trying to make sure that that right shoulder doesn't lift up with the drop. Just lengthening out through that left side of the neck for a moment. Again, big old breaths here. And then from here, keeping left back of the hand where it is, sweep right arm all the way up. Pulling right thigh back as you lean forward into Trikonasana. As you do so, keep pulling that left shoulder back, sliding the back of the hand round towards that side of the waist. So nice and long through upper body here. Again, that big breath in and out. Softening deeper, but try not to let left shoulder fall forward. Doesn't matter how far down you're coming, just trying to keep in line. And then from here, scooping the air up with that right hand to come into reverse warrior. So bending into that right knee, still keeping the bind if you have it. Big breath in into that right lower side. And then circling right arm down onto your knee and left arm over the head for our side ankle stretch. So just pulling that right shoulder back into its socket, lifting that left arm over the head, and coming into that long space for your left side body. Big breath in and out here. One more inhale. And as you exhale, keep reaching forward as you look towards your right toes and bring left hand underneath your left shoulder. Swivel onto the ball of that left foot as you inhale up through that right arm. So pull back both shoulders, again lengthening up into that right set of fingertips. And then we're going to take that right hand behind the back. If you're feeling particularly tired, just bring left knee down. Right hand comes into the sacrum. See if we can roll even further back through that right shoulder, hugging right knee into that midline. If you do have your left knee up, see if you can pull your left thigh bone even further towards the ceiling. Big breath in and out. Again, that left shoulder back into its socket. And then as you inhale, reach right arm all the way up, forward and down. Bringing that right foot back into our downward dog. A gentle sway. See if you can keep your legs straight this time. Just swaying from foot to foot. The hips moving gently from side to side. And then an inhale up high onto toes. Exhale down through the heels. Then we're going to come into our three-legged. So inhale up and back with that left foot. Toes pointing down. As you exhale, push down into that right heel. So see if you can find those long arms, left toes pointing down towards the floor, kicking away into that left heel. Big breath in. Big sigh out. Next inhale, coming forward into our one-legged plank. So shoulders over your wrists, left heel drops in line with your left hip, looking between your fingertips but a little bit further forward. Nice big breath in. Big sigh out. Next inhale, squeezing elbows. As you exhale, come back into our three-legged dog. Next breath, bring the left knee nice and high, heel toe the foot in between the hands. Again, please do move it forward if you need to, make sure it's underneath your knee. Right heel comes down, inhale up, warrior one. Exhale down through the hips, down through the shoulders. Both hips should be pointing forward in our warrior one. Right little toe side of the foot rolling down towards the floor. Next inhale, raising arms, raising gaze. As you exhale, open the arms out nice and wide and bringing the hands into clasp. So again, we're rolling shoulders up, back and down, sliding thumbs onto the inside of your right thigh and opening the chest. Be kind to your neck if you want to look forward rather than up, that's all good. So nice long breaths here to set ourselves up for our humble warrior, leaning into that humble warrior as you reach forward through the heart. Again, watch that left hip. See if you can draw it backwards rather than out to the left as you draw the chest down towards the floor. Pushing more weight into that right foot if you can. And again, drawing the left hip back. Long, even breaths here. And then inhale, pulling yourself all the way up and open through the chest. Taking those clasped hands round towards your left side now, your left waist. And then dropping the head over towards that left shoulder. Again, just trying to get a little bit of length to the neck. Just softening out here, still pulling the left hip back. Breathing into that stretch, maybe dropping the hips a little further. And then leaving the back of the right hand where it is, scooping left arm up, pulling left thigh back and coming forward into Trikonasana. Again, we're going to see if we can keep that right shoulder above the left shoulder, keep it from falling forward. Maybe we're breathing a little bit into that stretch and coming a little bit deeper, or maybe we're staying where we are to make sure that that right shoulder doesn't fall forward. Again, nice long breaths here, moving open through the chest. And then on your inhale, scooping the air up, coming into reverse warrior. Again, nice and open through that left side body, right shoulder falling. And then left arm onto that left knee, unraveling right arm and lifting up and over the head. Stretching over towards the front edge of the mat. Again, we're trying to keep shoulder on top of shoulder, moving a little bit more weight into your outer edge of your right foot. Nice and long through that right middle finger to right little toe side of the foot. Big breath in, and then keep extending the arm. As you come forward, look towards those left toes and then down. Right hand underneath the right shoulder, come onto the ball of the right foot, and then inhale up with that left arm. So again, pull the shoulders back into their socket, either drop down onto your knee or lift up through that right thigh and take the left hand into the sacrum, rolling left shoulder up, back and down. Deep breaths here, moving gently into that twist, still moving left shoulder back. And then left arm comes up and over the head, reaching forward, left hand down, left foot back into our downward dog. Again, a gentle sway. And we're going to move forward into our high plank. Again, shoulders back into their sockets. Your choice, knees and whole body, or you can chaturanga your way down, but please no bananas, coming all the way down to the floor. Reaching your fingertips forward, lengthening out through the arms, dropping the forehead down. Just giving yourself a little wriggle on the hips from left to right to open up your low back. And then very slowly we're going to come back into Sphinx pose. So elbows are sliding underneath your shoulders. I'm just going to turn to the front so you can see what I mean. So the elbows are definitely underneath your shoulders, shoulder width apart, rather than out to the side, or rather than your hands back underneath your shoulders. Making sure that we're making the number 11 with our hands, and it starts off underneath our shoulders. So palms nice and open, and we're going to look towards the thumbs. Dropping yourself down into the center. Nice big breath in and out here, just taking a moment to notice that space around the low back, and then as you inhale, start to lift your chest. As you exhale, pull the shoulders back, start to squeeze the shoulder blades with that lift. and breathe into the low spine. If you can for a moment, just keep looking down towards those thumbs to keep the neck nice and long. And then relaxing the muscles from the waist down, so no clenching of the bum cheeks or the thighs. Just taking that stretch away from the bigger muscle groups and keeping it into those muscles alongside your lower seven. On the next exhale, you can look forward, still relaxing your eyebrows, opening the throat a little this time. Again, those really big nourishing breaths into the low back. And then one more big breath in. As you exhale, gently take the elbows out wide and come down with your right ear onto your hands. So again, a gentle rock with the hips from left to right, just to ease any tension away from that low back. And then come into stillness for a moment, just enjoying that gentle massage for your body, for your internal organs, for your tummy. And then very slowly, coming up to prop yourself back up onto your elbows. We're going to take the right foot towards the right bum cheek. So leaning onto your left elbow a little bit, coming to grab hold of your right foot. Hopefully we can reach the right foot. You don't have to come down too far to feel a quad stretch, but we're also getting a stretch onto the inside of your right shoulder too as you pull the hand towards you. So we're going to come and pull that right foot down towards the bum cheek. If you've got the strength or the mobility, I should say, you can take the fingertips to curl around the underside of your foot so that you can get a deeper stretch, and the elbow is pointing up towards the ceiling. So into our half frog. So nice big breaths in and out here, pulling that foot closer towards your bottom. See if you can keep the knees close together rather than wide apart. So nice big breath in and out here. And then gently release that grip. Give your toes a little tap onto the floor before we come onto the other side. So left foot comes in towards the left bum cheek. Lean onto your right elbow, and take the left hand around that left foot. So again, we're just going to turn towards the front, and maybe we can swivel the hand to bring the fingertips onto the underside of the foot. Don't worry too much about that last bit. Just gently lengthen into that quad stretch. And maybe we get a little bit of stretch into that shoulder. Just deepening the breath here. And then very gently releasing from that stretch, and again just give the toes a little tap onto the floor. So final little stretch, we lengthened our quad muscles so that we can get a nice stretch in Dhanurasana, bow pose. So hopefully you can reach your feet by bringing them up towards your bottom. If you can't reach them, then maybe come into a long cobra if you don't have a strap handy. But just come up into a gentle cobra if you need an alternative. So feet up towards the bottom and grab hold of the tops of the feet. Generally when you are grabbing hold of the tops of the feet, your knees come a little bit wider because that means you can grab a little bit closer towards the feet. But bring them closer to hip width apart before we do anything else. And then bring the forehead onto the floor. So from here, a nice big roll of the shoulders up, back and down, and start to kick the feet away from you. So much so that we're lifting the chest. So taking a couple of nice deep breaths here. Try and look forward rather than up, because it tends to mean that we are bringing the chin forward and wrinkling the forehead and stuff. So nice and long, just gazing forward, kicking back with those feet One more big breath in. And then gently release. So coming all the way down, bringing left ear onto the floor. Again, maybe a gentle rock of the hips. So long and deep through those breaths. And then as we've stretched our quads, we might as well do our full Dhanurasana, full bow pose. So this time, we're going to come into the position the same way, but at the end of it, we're going to lift the knees up off the floor too. So again, we're going to keep the feet up towards the bottom, grab hold of the tops of the feet, or if you're feeling long in arm or short in leg, then you can grab hold of the ankles and flex the feet up to you. Forehead down onto the floor. Knees around about hip width apart, and we're going to start by kicking those feet away enough to roll the shoulders up and back, lifting the chest up off the floor. Big breath in, and then if you want to add that extra stretch, we can lift the knees up off the floor. So really big breaths in and out here, opening up the belly, lengthening out through the chest, keeping forehead soft. Breath as long as possible. Last one, big breath in. And then exhale, gently release, coming all the way down. Just bringing those feet down for a moment before we take the arms forward. And again, forehead comes down. And then we can re-lift the feet and start to windshield wiper the feet from left to right. Just easing any last minute tension out from that low back. Placing the feet down, hands underneath your shoulders, sitting all the way back towards the heels. Give yourself a nice big stretch here before we do anything else. So forehead down, reaching fingertips forward, nice long breath into middle back, underneath those shoulders. And then palms come down, sliding hands back to roll yourself up. As always, one vertebra at a time. Rolling shoulders up, back and down. So just sitting onto one side to sweep the feet round for a couple of forward bends. Just going to give yourself a little wiggle through those legs before we take the right foot into the left thigh. Taking flesh away from left sit bone, left toes back towards the face, fingertips beside your left knee. On your inhale breath, lifting chest. And as you exhale, heart center comes towards those left toes. As always with our forward bend, see if we can lift the belly over that left thigh rather than the head towards the knee. Just gently creeping the body forward. And if you can reach the foot, no worries, but reach for the heel rather than the top of the foot to avoid the shoulders coming forward and the head is in line with your spine. If you do tend to sacrum sit, so sit into your lower back, if you do tend to round into your lower back even when trying to sit up straight, then just prop a cushion underneath your bottom to ease your hips a little bit further forward, give you a bit of an anterior tilt in your pelvis. So nice long breaths in and out here again, those toes back towards the face, heart moving towards those toes. And then keeping hold with your left hand, you're going to sweep your right arm behind you all the way out, and then we're going to come up and over the head. So again, we're going to reach towards the toes with shoulder on top of shoulder, but we probably won't reach the toes, so just reaching towards that general direction. Left elbow bending down towards the floor. Right shoulder is stacked on top of the left. Big breaths all the way down into that right side body. And then inhale, lifting that right arm all the way up, lifting the body back into the center. Right knee comes in towards the body. Left hand around that right knee and come into a gentle spinal twist. So right hand behind you. Starting to lift the right side of the chest to gaze up over that right shoulder. Hugging left knee in towards the body slightly to maintain that lift in the chest, that strength, that length in your back. Big breath in. And as you exhale, turn to face the front, gently unwind, and then bring both fingertips towards your left hip, just looking up over that left hip, left shoulder, sorry, and then gently release, come back around to the front. So while we have our right kneecap up, we're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee, and then walk those fingertips a little bit further back towards the body. Flex your left foot. And then from here, as you push into those fingertips, we're going to see if we can lift the chest over that front shin, over that left shin. So nice big breath in and out here. Breathing into that left glute, left top of the hip. One more big breath in. And then exhale, rounding the back to release. So lengthening out through that right leg, just giving your knees a little wiggle before we come on to the other side. Left sole of the foot in towards the right thigh. Flesh away from that right hip, right toes back towards the face. Fingertips beside your front knee. Again, as you inhale, lifting chest. Exhale, heart towards those right toes, keeping head in line with spine. And as you breathe, maybe walking a little bit closer towards the heel, but no worries if you don't reach, just finding a long space in your low back. Don't worry too much about the hamstring stretch, the back of the leg, just softening that right knee if you need to. So those really, really long breaths here, extending forward through your heart, back through those right toes, and then keeping hold of the right leg with your right hand, whether it means a little bit further up or down to the foot, sweeping left arm all the way out and behind you, and then over the head. So left shoulder stacks on top of the right, reaching towards the toes, looking underneath that arm, really strong side stretch. And then inhale, coming all the way back and up. Again, that left kneecap comes up towards the body, right hand around the left knee, and left fingertips behind. Rolling left shoulder up, back and down, lifting chest and gazing over that left shoulder. If you need a little bit more space, just heel toe that left foot forward slightly. Again, those really big breaths in and out, finding a tall back body, softness to your shoulders. And then last big breath in. Exhaling, turning to face the front, and then gently unwind. Fingertips beside that right hip, just a small counter twist over your right shoulder before we come back to the front. So again, that right ankle hooks over your left knee, and we're finding a flex to that right foot, pushing into the fingertips as you inhale, lifting chest over your right shin. So finding that tall back body. Again, moving that right kneecap away if you possibly can. Long, deep breaths into your right hip. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, just rolling the back down to unhook your right knee. And then not a full boat pose tonight, just moving your foot forward if you need to. As you inhale, lifting your chest. As you exhale, opening your palms towards the ceiling and gently coming back to around about halfway, just so you can feel those stomach muscles starting to work, pulling in through those tummy muscles, softening out through those shoulders, dropping the head from left to right. Nice big breath in and out here. Finding stability through that breath. And then next inhale, lifting the chest, coming up with a straight spine, and then turning the palms towards each other as you roll yourself down. So very slowly rolling yourself all the way down, one vertebra at a time, reaching your arms up over your head, Drawing your feet a little bit closer before we knock the knees over to the right. Just gazing over towards the left. See if you can keep the knees and ankles together. That gentle breath into the lower left side. And then inhaling those knees up into centre line, head up into centre line. Coming over to the other side, so knees and ankles over to the left, gazing over to the right. And then inhaling up into centre. And making your way down into Shavasana. So as always, if you want to, any leg variation to support your low back is absolutely fine. Maybe you need to prop your underneath of your kneecaps up just to feel a little bit more comfortable in your low back. Or you can bring the knees up and knock them together, feet nice and wide. Wherever you are, find a really comfortable space to relax for a moment, to let the body unwind. As we close the eyes, just letting the toes fall open, lower legs growing heavy, back of the knees soft and relaxed. No tension through the thighs, hips open and grounded. No tension through low back. Heavy through shoulders, through arms. Back of the head falling away through the floor. No tension through the muscles of the face. A steadiness to your breath. And ease to your body. Coming to rest the awareness on the center of the eyebrows. Starting to breathe deeper as we stretch out through fingers, through toes, gently wriggling and rolling through wrists and ankles. Bringing feet together, sweeping arms over the head, that full body stretch as you breathe in. Big sigh out to release. Making your way over to the right hand side. Taking a moment, taking a breath. If you can, still with eyes closed, come slowly back into the body as we make our way up into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Placing hands, palms face down onto the knees. Taking deeper breaths into the belly. And as always, when we come to this place of stillness, we give ourselves a moment to honour our body, giving thanks for all that we are, for all that we have, and taking away this sense of kindness to ourselves. Bringing palms together, rubbing them to warm them. Placing those hands as cups over the eyes. Fluttering eyelids open. And bringing hands down into prayer. Namaste. Thank you very much, as always, for joining me on the mat this evening. It's always a pleasure to have you on the virtual mat. It's always as well a pleasure to have you on the real mat in Lloyd Park on a Sunday morning, and I have everything crossed for our lovely weather to continue for this weekend. If you can, come and join me on a Sunday morning at 9:30 in Lloyd Park. We have loads of space because we're allowed to use the bowling green, and I have loads of mats. Just bring your own one to put on top, or you can bring a yoga towel if you don't have a mat, and a bottle of water and some sunglasses, because it does get quite nice as we go on through the practice. If you need any more information about that, please do check out the website, yogamihappy.co.uk. And if you liked tonight's video, please give me a little thumbs up or a comment if you have the time. And again, as always, donations are hugely welcome. Hopefully I will see you very soon, but for now, have a lovely rest of your evening. Namaste.